Yo, welcome back to another video. We are in the Summer Cup Great League, and let's see if we can get some wins. So we got a different team, a little bit of off-meta pick here. We got the Quagsire with the Dunsparce and the Charjabug. Dunsparce here gets switched out, and we are met with a Vigoroth. Obviously, not a great matchup for us, but at least we're able to do some good neutral damage back. We are throwing the... Okay, we're going to have to tank this Body Slam here. We're going to throw this Run just to chip away at the health of Vigoroth, but we're not going to be able to win this matchup, I don't believe. They are going to be able to get to a bunch of energy. So we bait out the Vigoroth. We're going to have to come back in with the Quagsire. This Quagsire here is going to have to tank one Body Slam at least. Is this potential farm down? Let's find out. No, unfortunately, no farm down, but we're going to be able to tank the next Body Slam easily. And at least we come out with a lot of energy. Our opponent here comes back in with the Pelipper, and then they switch out into their Macargo after we reveal the Charjabug. So this was just unfortunate. No way around this matchup here. Just a hard counter on every street. Somehow, if we had aligned the Dunsparce probably in the other position, whether in the lead or in the closing, maybe we would have had a better chance. But yeah, this is not going to be... this is not going to result in a win for us. This Macargo was able to just annihilate our entire line. So down goes us with 2 shields, but it's okay. Next game, let's see what we find. Yeah, so we have the Charjabug and the Quagsire kind of protecting each other, and then kind of the Dunsparce as our safe swap, believe it or not. Our opponent here does switch into their Charjabug. We're going to use our Dunsparce and put it into action. You can see here, just from the fast moves alone, we already chunk it away. Our opponent does get to that X Scissor quite quickly. We're going to threaten a Rock Slide here. This Rock Slide does end up getting let go, but it does huge damage. Our opponent does go for another X Scissor. We are able to survive that, and now we threaten either KO or a shield, which is exactly what we want. We do get the shield, which is great, but they are able to farm us down. So now we're going to come back in with our Charjabug to try to farm it down. We're going to have to tank a X Scissor. Okay, not bad. We're going to get the farm down. So 2 shield farm down with the Charjabug. They revealed that they have the Macargo still. Our cargo here is going to have to tank a Aqua Tail. Huge damage goes through. They're staying in. They have to throw a big move, probably the Overheat. Yep. We are going to shield that just to keep this Quagsire healthy. And then our opponent here reveals that they have Girafarig in the back. Girafarig here is going to rely on their Psychic Feign debuff. So we're going to be able to pressure at least the shield here because this Quagsire is very, very spammy. You can see right here, we're going to have to shield here, and then we're going to threaten KO with this Aqua Tail after one fast move. Our opponent does get KO'd, and then they have the Macargo lurk in the back, and we are able to farm it down. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game, kind of featuring the Dunsparce, honestly. The Dunsparce actually did most of the work, getting the Charjabug to use the shield and getting it into farm down range. Alright, we got the Wishcash here versus the Quagsire. Wishcash here, kind of a problem for our backline, so we're just going to stay in for now. At least we're going to be able to throw these Aqua Tails quite quickly. They are going to be able to throw potential Scald here. Let's see if they get lucky. No debuff. Okay, that's great for us. Able to throw another Aqua Tail here. Worst case scenario, we'll soft lose this, I believe. Okay, we're actually going to switch out and try to catch one of these moves here. Ends up being the Scald. Do we avoid the debuff again? Yes, we do. We are going to farm up here. They are going to be able to throw another move before we get to ours. Ends up being another Scald. We do get the attack debuff this time, but it does look like they're going to let this Wishcash go down. So at least we take down the Wishcash. Our opponent ends up having the Emolga. Emolga here is going to be interesting to deal with. We do have Charjabug for it. So at least we did some huge damage towards this Emolga already into the low yellow. Charjabug gets brought in here. We do get the Volt Switch to go through. Our opponent ends up throwing the Acrobatics. Does some huge neutral damage for sure. Now we have to decide if we want to shield here or do we want to let this go. We decide to shield so that we can deal with the backline. Ends up being the Shadow Zapdos. So Shadow Zapdos here, very cool. We run a team here similar to this where we featured the Shadow Zapdos, very, very spammy. But you can see right here, 2 shield Charjabug is pretty decent. We are able to bait the first one. Then we're going to go for the Discharge here. This Discharge does get the shield, and we're trying to get to another move, but we force them to use some energy here. This is important because now we're going to use our Quagsire to get to another Stone Edge. Not sure that Aqua Tail would have been enough. It would have been neutral, but we had Stab Bug. We knew that we had some time to get to that Stone Edge, and we do end up getting to the Stone Edge for the KO. So GG's to our opponent. Interesting team. Nice pick by them. Props to them using some spice. Shadow Zapdos is very, very fun if you are able to get an energy advantage for sure. All right, Shadow Great Deal here versus the Quagsire. Not the best matchup for our team here. We're going to have to try to catch a move, try to wiggle out of the situation. We do get a Grass Knot onto the Dunsparce. Then our opponent does switch into their Jellicent here, running Bubble, so is able to deal with these normal types way better. We are going to have to try to get this Jellicent low enough for a potential farm down of some sort. We do tank the Surf, trying to get to another move. Okay, at least we're able to part ways with another Rock Slide. This Rock Slide here gets it into the yellow, low yellow. So we gotta have to just basically use this Quagsire for extra shield, because we are not going to be able to beat that Cradily. They do switch out as soon as we reveal Charjabug, and this is not great for us, obviously. This Charjabug getting it lined up against the Skillagers has no chance. We are going to have to think about shielding here to try to get a shield back. Our opponent here does end up getting another Incinerate to go through. One X-Scissor does go. Oh wow, they don't even want to shield there. So this is no chance. We're not going to be able to win this game here. At least we're going to be able to farm down the Skillagers, but this Cradily having 2 shields is going to be their ticket for victory, because they're going to be able to get to 2 Grass Knots quite easily. So we're just going to let that go. GG's to our opponent. Unable to use the Dunsparce to come back right there. Kind of a tough team to deal with, especially with the Skillagers in the back. Alright, we got the Shadow Kingdra versus the Quagsire. Interesting matchup here. We're kind of neutral to this with all of our Pokemon. We are going to go for this Aqua Tail bait, then we switch out into the Dunsparce. Our opponent here ends up using a move on this Dunsparce. We're going to shield once here, ends up being the Outrage, so that's a great first shield. They're still staying in, which is good news for us. We're going to be able to throw a move here. One Rock Slide goes through. Our opponent here ends up staying in a little bit too long, and now they have a tough decision: shield or let this go. But down goes 2 shields just like that for them. Our opponent does end up throwing another move, ends up being the Octazooka. We do shield that just to keep this Dunsparce alive, because we really feel like this Dunsparce energy is going to be very, very helpful. And they reveal that they have the Victory Bell. Victory Bell here ends up showing up. We are going to get it into the yellow with the Drill Run, and then they're going to have to take out this Charjabug. They go for the Acid Spray. Then they have the Marowak work in the back, so we do get the right alignment, thankfully. This Marowak here is going to have to tank the Stone Edge. We at least get it into the yellow, but then looks like we're going to be able to get to this Aqua Tail to take out this Marowak after all these fast moves. Their Victory Bell comes back in, takes us out immediately, but luckily for us, we are able to get to this X-Scissor here after one full switch to take out this Victory Bell. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.